Hello, folks. Welcome back to another episode of Culture Shock, the show reminding you that there is only 5 days left before the election. That means 5 days until this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, oh my God. The level of freak out in this one collage is astounding. It's so funny because these people are dead serious on like it being the end of the world. Amy Coney Barrett got elected or got sworn into Congress or to the Supreme Court this week, and people are just freaking out. What do you think this lady's going to bring forth Cthulhu? Like, what are you talking about? She's a Supreme Court justice. She's already talked about what she's going to do, what she's not going to do, and yet you people are just sitting here freaking out for no apparent reason. She's going to overturn the Affordable Care Act. Nah, that's no, that's not what she's going to do. She's going to overturn Roe v. Wade. No, that's not in her agenda. But freak out because it's hilarious to me every you can't even get mad at these people anymore because this is pure comedic gold. You just can't. Anyways, I am your host, Will at Heroic Studios. Yes, folks. Yes, I have been away. I have been hearing people asking me, "Hey, did you do a video on the last debate? Hey, what did you think about Ice Cube? Hey, what did you think about Lil Wayne and 50 Cent and how Chelsea Handler pretty much told 50 Cent that he was black and couldn't vote for Trump?" Yeah, folks, that happened. That happened last week. Here's the thing. Like I said before in one of my previous videos, I can't keep up with everything. I mean, the moment I think about doing a video on one thing, something else comes up, and it's like, well, I'm just gonna sit this one out for a week. But in all honesty, I've been really busy with my side projects. I've been really busy with work. I've just been overwhelmed because Halloween's right around the corner. We're decorating around the house. We're getting stuff ready to go. So I haven't really had much time to really do much. But I'm making this video, so I'm just gonna kind of recap everything so far from the debate up until now, I guess, or anything important. So just my opinions. I'm not going to be showing off any facts or anything like that. But I will give you my opinion on, various things that have happened over the last, week and a half. But before we get started, of course, like, subscribe, please hit that notification button. Let me know because I see a lot of you who are watching my videos and a good 70% of you aren't subscribed to the channel. So what's up with that? Please show your boy some love. Of course, I have a podcast version of this show. You can go check that out, as well as a Discord server, which is steadily gaining some support. So that's always fun. Of course, you can find me on Parler, and as of recently, I am back on Facebook. Same name on all across those platforms. Will at Heroic Studios. You can find me on any platform. Most of you know my profile picture by now. So, all right, here we go. The debate. What did I think of the last debate? I don't know why people are asking me what I think about it. I'm flattered that you want my opinion on things. So I do appreciate that. So I'm going to give you my opinion on the last debate. I know I'm a week late, a week and a half late, roughly, but I did watch the debate from beginning to end, and I just have to say that Trump, that Donald J. Trump, is the Donald J. Trump that everyone likes. He was on point. He said everything without any just maliciousness in his voice. He hit home to Joe Biden, and Joe Biden was left on some of his stances speechless. And I'm sitting here baking cupcakes for my grandmother's 80th birthday, and Trump said some really damaging stuff to Biden. One of which, "You've been in office for 47 years. Why didn't you do it then, Joe?" And he hit home with that fact so many times. And I think around the fourth or fifth time, Joe Biden was just without words. Like, I mean, at some point, he had to say, he's right. Why didn't I do this 47 years ago? I've been in Congress for 47 years and I haven't done any of the things that I'm proposing right now. And then he had that awkward silence where he was like, "It was Republicans." And it was like a good 5-second silence. And people were like, "What the hell was that?" I thought my TV went out when I saw that. I was like, oh, just like everything else, Biden, your timing is off, is way off. So that's the Trump that everyone liked. Trump hit home with so many things that he has done, especially the fact that Joe Biden has been in office for 47 years and Trump has been in office for almost 4 years now. And he's done more in the 4 years than Joe Biden has done in 47. And that's a fact. You can hate Trump. You don't have to like him. You don't have to like the way he is. But if you look at his record, it does suggest that he has been very good on keeping what he promised back in 2016. So just keep that in mind. Unemployment was down, the economy was booming. He cut regulations for corporations that created jobs. Jobs came back to America. His foreign policy is actually on point, and people who say that his foreign policy isn't good, look at the Middle East. There's peace in the Middle East, and it hasn't been that way since the last 25 years. There hasn't been a treaty brought to the Middle East, I think, since the Clinton administration, maybe a little bit sooner before that, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong about these things, but I know that there hasn't been a peace treaty in the Middle East for well over 2 decades now. So that's, this is Trump record. You may not like the way he talks. You may not like the way he handles himself, but you cannot deny the man has done what he said, period. Meanwhile, Joe Biden over here said that he was going to end the oil industry. Now, to my understanding, what I've been hearing is that Pennsylvania is the big state. Like, whoever gets Pennsylvania has a pretty good shot at winning the election. Now, Pennsylvania, to my understanding, is also a state that does a lot of fracking and has producing a lot of fossil fuels as well as oil industry. Oil industry is almost $1 billion, and Joe Biden wants to end that. So let me put it bluntly for you. If that happens, if Joe Biden says he's going to end the oil industry, now we don't even know if this is true before I go forward. We don't even know if this is true because Joe Biden has flipped and flopped on so many topics, from not supporting gay marriage to supporting gay marriage to supporting the crime bill of 94 to coming out and apologizing for supporting the crime bill of 94 and 20 something odd years later. So we don't really know where he's standing on a lot of this stuff. He's, like I said before, he's a puppet of the radical left. If he gets into office, I mean, it's over. I mean, $400,000. People who make that a year get taxed. People are starting to kind of sort of wake up to that, because here's the thing. Now, you might understand, or you might not understand what that would do. Just think of the subconscious context there. People who have $400,000 a year income, right, are getting taxed. I think it was 62 something percent. Now, there's two things you need to take away. One is that people who are making over $400,000 a year are probably the people who are supplying the jobs to Americans. You raise the taxes on them, you also are going to raise the taxes on a corporation. What do you think these people are going to do? They're going to pack up, bounce to another country that's more tax friendly, and those jobs are going to go there. So in creating more jobs, Joe Biden's what he's talking about is not going to exactly do what Joe Biden's talking about. Number two, on a personal level, you're really capping how much I want to make, because I don't want to get to $400,000 a year and say, well, 60% of that has to go to the government. Who wants that? That's a very subtle psychological nuance of oppression right there. It's saying that if you make $400,000, you're going to have to pay 60% of that to the government. But you can still make it. But who wants to pay 60% of their income to the government? Who in their right mind would do that? Nobody. Nobody who has worked hard in this country, who has made a better life for them and their family, wants to pay 60% of their income to the government. Nobody. And rappers, everybody are getting wind of this, and they're not happy. But I'll get into that later. But back to Joe Biden. What were they saying about his? He was talking about oil, how he was going to end the oil industry. If you in the oil industry employs millions, if not hundreds millions of Americans. I wouldn't say hundreds of millions because there's only 330 million Americans, but millions, if not tens of millions of Americans would work. So if you go like, oh, I'm going to end the oil industry, you're putting millions of Americans out of work. So I really don't know the plan here when it comes to protecting the middle class. Like, I don't care about the rich, to be honest. I mean, the rich does what the rich does. I mean, take a page out of their playbook. They're creating jobs and making money. I think, in my opinion, that they deserve whatever income comes to them. Jeff Bezos is going to be worth $1 trillion in like the next 5 years. I think he deserves it because Amazon is a household name now. Everyone uses Amazon. I use Amazon almost every other day to order stuff that they need for the house or for work or for birthdays or anything like that. So he provided a need. He was compensated very, very well based on the need that he provided. So Jeff Bezos, kudos to you. I don't agree with you politically, but thank you for Amazon. I hope you get to that $1 trillion mark, because if he makes it to $1 trillion, hey, any of us have the capabilities of doing that. I don't see why you can't make $1 trillion. I don't see why I can't make $1 trillion. It takes a lot of hard work. It comes down to the point of filling a need for people in society that's going to benefit them. You do those things, sky's the limit for you. But Joe Biden wants to put a cap on that. He wants to tax you $400,000 a year. Now, keep in mind that Joe Biden is worth millions of dollars. You think any of that money is going to be taxed? No. Bernie Sanders, he's worth millions of dollars. You think any of that's going to be taxed? No. You think these people are going to actually pay their fair share in taxes? Same politicians who are saying, hey, the rich needs to pay their fair share. Motherfucker, you're rich. Where's your fair share? You are worth millions of dollars. You're making us pay our fair share. What about you, dude? Come on, man. Anyways, back to the debate. I think the debate was great, and I think Donald Trump did a really good job at exposing the corruption in the Biden family, mainly with Hunter Biden. Now, if you want a recap of that, Hunter Biden, because his name was Biden, was traveling across the world, collecting money on behalf of his family, I suppose. It's not illegal. Let's get that straight. It's not illegal, but it is a little corrupty, just a little bit corrupted. People going across the world, your dad is head of the foreign policy here in the United States, and say, hey, my dad is Joe Biden, so why don't you give me $50,000, and I'll tell him he owes you a favor. Little corrupty there, little bit. But apparently Joe's younger brother, Hunter Biden, and some other people were actually doing that, and all of them were carrying the name of Biden. So Trump hit home with this. Trump hit home that Hunter Biden collected money from Russia, from the Ukraine, from China, and Joe Biden, didn't really have any worth. Now, this is where it kind of gets funky, and I think this is why the poll numbers are starting to drop, because after that debate, a lot of the information regarding the Hunter Biden story started to come out from Tony Bobulinski, who was Hunter Biden's partner. Is his name Tony? I think his name is Tony. I know his last name is Bobulinski because that's a funny name. Bobulinski. Anyways, he came out and did a one-on-one with Tucker Carlson just last week, or just yesterday, actually, not last week, just yesterday, and just spilled the beans on everything that was going on with Hunter Biden. So the polls are starting to reflect that. Now, here's the problem. Joe Biden said that he knew nothing of those dealings that his son was doing. All along, Joe Biden has been collecting money, as well as lying to the American people that he didn't know anything about Hunter Biden's problems or what he was doing, gallivanting across the world, collecting money in the name of being a Biden. So it would have been one thing if Joe Biden came out and said, yeah, I knew about that. That was something that happened. But instead he denied it, and then the truth came out. I don't know what's up with the Democrats and hiding shit. Hillary hit the emails, we found that out. Obama hit the Russia, tried to blame it on Trump that Russia was interfering. Turned out it was Obama. Clinton said, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And it turned out that he indeed had sexual relations with that woman. I don't understand what's with Democrats and lying. Like, especially around election time, too. Like, it's funny that the same problem that Hillary faced in 2016, the whole email things, is the same thing that exposed Joe Biden and his family to corruption. Yeah, no, there's you guys need to fix your hiding secrets policy, because you guys suck. You guys suck so much. Holy crap. So the American people are getting wind of it. Bobulinski went on Tucker Carlson last night and did a whole full interview. And then I think there was a part 2, but I think Tucker said that there were some documents that were lost. Yeah, for a family that doesn't have anything to hide, I guess that paper just kind of jumped up out of its box and bounced, Well, I guess we'll never know. Maybe we will. Who knows? All I know is that the country is rooting for Trump, and that is evident because now a few rappers have come out in support of Trump, mainly Ice Cube. I don't know if he actually endorses Trump, but he has actually teamed up with the Trump administration to help the Black community. Now, Black Lives Matter, where you at? Not too happy about that, are you? Because Black Lives Matter has done nothing to uplift the Black community. That's a fact. That is a fact. Other rappers have come out, such as 50 Cent, who said that he doesn't want to be known as 20 Cent because he understands that if Joe Biden gets elected, anybody who makes more than $400,000 a year would be taxed up the yin yang. 50 Cent don't want that. And of course, when 50 Cent said that, you see Chelsea Handler, who I never knew that those two were dating, said, I had to remind 50 Cent that he was black. You know who else heard that line? Rosa Parks. Yeah, I had to remind her that she was black. That doesn't sound a little bit racist to you? It sounds a lot racist to me. It sounds very racist, in fact. So, white Hollywood elites can say racist shit and just kind of get away with it. And if you elect Joe Biden, there's going to be a lot more where that came from, guaranteed. And just today, Lil Wayne has come out and has stated that he had met with Trump to help uplift the Black community as well. Now, I don't really know what that means, uplift. I hope it has something to do with bringing the fathers back into the house and teaching them life skills like entrepreneurship and enriching the Black community. That's what I hope is going to come out of these talks with the Trump administration from Ice Cube and from Lil Wayne. That's my biggest thing. We need more Black entrepreneurs. We need more Black, and it's not even just Black. But since we're on a topic of Black communities, I think that the Democratic Party has done nothing to help the Black communities. They keep on saying that they're going to do something. Joe Biden's been saying that he was going to do something for the Black community for the last 50 years. He hasn't done anything. They haven't done nothing. Kamala Harris, his running mate, actually put a lot of Black men away on minor drug charges. And I must remind you that she also went on a radio show and laughed about how she got high in college. Yep. Tulsi Gabbard let her have it, and I will be remiss if I don't show this clip again.
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response?
I will never let that down because it's true. And I think the world needs to know that this woman is fake as they come. And if Joe Biden gets elected, we can very well see her as president. And we don't want that. So let's not go there. Let's not open that can of worms. But I hope these rappers do come out and help enrich the Black communities. And I hope they do that in the sense that they help enrich all communities, because it's just not the Black community that needs to, pick itself up. It's other communities too, of various races, of various ethnic backgrounds that need to be taught how to fish rather than being given a fish. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. I told you I'd make it up to you. This video is actually a little bit longer than I anticipated, but hey, I've been gone for a week and a half, and I hope you guys do enjoy it. So please hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you think. Remember, 5 days is, it's going to go by fast, folks. It's going to go by fast, so make sure if you have not early voted, you are early voting, because the election is next Tuesday, and I can already tell you shit is going to get wild. So be prepared. I am Will at Heroic Studios, and I will see you guys next time on another episode of Culture Shock. Hit that subscribe button, hit a like, share it out to your friends. I hope to see you guys next time on this channel. Bye-bye, and Trump 2020.